Hi friends, welcome to the Inspired Knitting Podcast. I'm your host Bobby and I am coming to you from southeastern New Brunswick, Canada. Today is Sunday, June the 30th, 2024. It is the Canada Day long weekend. So to all my fellow Canadians, happy Canada Day. I hope that you're having a good weekend. And maybe it's sunny where you are. It's kind of been a rainy one here in the Maritimes for the past week. We did have a reprieve yesterday. The sun did come out for a little while and then the rain came back. Either way, it doesn't mean we cannot enjoy a nice long weekend. The temperatures are still rather warm enough, so I guess we cannot complain. But yeah. Whatever you are doing, I hope that you are having fun and enjoying some relaxation, perhaps some knitting. I hope so. I know I have been, and I am so happy about that. But yeah, welcome back. It's been a little while. This is episode 106. And just a little bit of quick administration where you can find me. You can find me most active on Instagram as Inspired Knitting Podcast. And you can also catch me over on Ravelry as X, Country Girl 1986X. And all that is in the description box below with any show notes of patterns that I talk about today. So yeah, how have you guys been? Like I said, it's been a little while. Everything has been good. I have still been doing my schooling. I talked about this a bit last time. I am going to an adult learning program to get my GED, and it is going well. I'm still on math, and there have been a few little bumps in the road, but I am understanding it, and I'm still having fun with that. So that has been really good. It's just that it takes up a lot of my brain space. So after school, I maybe get a couple rows of knitting in and I'm kind of just done. So hence the reason why I haven't been around so much, just because I don't have a lot of content to show. But I do have some stuff to show today. So we are going to do this and I miss you guys. So yeah. I definitely don't have a lot of finished product to show you, but if y'all are interested, there is some stuff and stash enhancement. Just because I haven't been able to knit doesn't mean that I can't still buy yarn. Yeah. I'm not going to share my stats with you. I am still keeping up. Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady, I started doing this from her. I know a lot of other people do it as well, but January 1st of this year, I started tracking any yarn that came into my stash. I do it by the grams, not the yards, and I also track what comes out of it. So whatever I finish in 2024, I calculate how many grams of yarn that project weighs, and then for the month that I completed it, that's when it comes out. So that way at the end of the year, I can tally up how much yarn came in and how much yarn went out. And it's just a fun little thing. I haven't set any restrictions on myself. I'm not going to stop buying yarn. I didn't set a goal as to how much I wanted out of my stash. I'm just doing it as it comes and see what happens. So all that being said, I have been still keeping track of it. I did not bring my book with me because I'm going to say last month was a bit embarrassing. And I think this month, the month of July that's about to come, is going to be a little embarrassing too, because I have ordered some more yarn. But yeah, if you're interested, you can see all that in stash enhancement. So today I have my coffee. This is my second cup of the day. I got it in my Canada mug. Tim Hortons came out with a new collection, so I believe all the provinces in Canada have this particular mug. And then there is a second mug in the collection that represents your province. So I do have the New Brunswick one, which I'm very excited about. It has the Hopewell Rocks on it. I have been trying to get the Nova Scotia one because we are literally 25 minutes from Nova Scotia, And unfortunately, the one closest to me does not have it. We have 2 Tim Hortons and they haven't gotten their shipment, which is super sad, but I'm on the lookout. I want the Nova Scotia one, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Hopefully this summer we are going to go to Prince Edward Island for a trip, so hopefully I can snag a PEI one as well. So we'll see, but you know me, I love my mugs, but it's just a fun little thing. So second coffee of the day. Cheers. Grab your beverage of choice, grab your knitting or your crochet or your craft, and we will get into it. So the first thing I'm going to share with you today, I already posted this to my Instagram, but I did finish a pair of socks, and I so love these. I think I might have showed them as a work in progress last time. These are for a good friend of mine for Father's Day. He's the most knit-worthy person. I knit a lot of socks because I just love the process of them, and he loves wearing them, so it's perfect. I don't mind at all. So I knit these out of Nico C Mendes. This is a Harry Potter inspired colorway in the Ollivanders colorway, which as you know, I am now reading the Harry Potter series, and I actually am playing the Hogwarts Legacy on the PlayStation, so I'm becoming a Potter fan. So I do know that that is the shop that sells the wands. So that was really cool, and it is a beautiful, beautiful colorway. Self-striping, Nico C Mendes. Beautiful yarn. This is my first time working with it. I actually picked this yarn up from Julie Ann Knitter. She was having a de-stash, and I absolutely love it. So much so that I actually made an order with Nico C Mendes, which you will see up in Stash Enhancement. So I didn't do nothing fancy. I just did 2x2 ribbing, casted on 64 stitches. I think I did like 30 rows of rib. Once I got to the main body of the sock, I decreased down to 56. Just did plain vanilla, my classic slip stitch, heel flap and gusset. Yep, they're perfect. And he loves them. He hasn't been able to wear them yet. I did present them to him on Father's Day, and he is so excited. He absolutely loves them. But they've been sitting here teasing him because I told him he cannot wear them until I showed them. So there we go. I'm showing them now. So he is more than welcome to take his socks. Very, very enjoyable. I really love self-striping yarns just because you cannot wait to get to the next stripe, and the base is just so beautiful. I don't have the tag with me, but I will pull out one that I had gotten from her. This is what her tags look like, and this is in a different colorway that I ordered, but the Ollivanders colorway was on her strong sock base, which is a 75% virgin wool, merino extra fine, and a 25% nylon, 100 grams, 459 yards. So same base. I have never used it before. It does have that more rusticy feeling to it, but not scratchy. It's very, very nice. I love it. So I wanted to have more of that, so I ordered some, and I just love them. I did a longer leg on these because he wanted slightly longer legs so that he wears work boots, and he wanted them to be a bit higher. I don't mind. It's just plain vanilla knitting. So that's what I did there. And I'll just set this aside. That's the only pair of socks that I managed to get finished. The other thing that I have been working on is some dishcloths. again, with my schooling, my mind is kind of fried, so I don't want to work on anything that has a pattern to it, even though it's kind of bothering me. I really want to bite into something that has something different, but I just haven't had the mindset for it. But dishcloths, they are perfect potato chip knitting, and one of my favorites is the Grandma's Favorite Dishcloth by PJ Allen. That is the one that I follow. There's many renditions of it. This one I did the holes, and I did not bring it with me because I forgot. I do have 2 of these. The other one I did does not have a hole. So this yarn here, we went to our local grocery store, the Atlantic Superstore, and this is the one in Amherst, Nova Scotia. And I saw that they had these little balls of cotton for $2 Canadian. And it's not too bad, actually. This is the label. It's actually really nice, and it's like a sport, fingering sport, and it just makes a really nice fabric. So for $2, you can't go wrong. They had the green, they have the orange, they have like a turquoise, white, yellow, hot pink. So I just picked up 2 of every color, and I'm just going to make these for either for our household or for market eventually. I don't know. I'm just having fun enjoying. I have a ton of cotton, guys, but I really, really like this stuff because it's a bit thinner, which makes for me a softer dishcloth. So, or face cloth, whatever. So I picked up a couple of those, and I've been having fun making them. Out of that one ball, these are only 50-gram balls, correct? Yes, 115 meters, 50 grams. I actually got 2 face cloths out of this. So I believe I'm using a 3mm or a 3.25mm knitting needle, and I am knitting up to whatever the pattern says. So I think you start at the 1 tip, you're knitting it on the bias. So I think I increased up to the 40 or 45 stitches that the pattern said, and then I decreased back down, and I was able to get 2 dishcloths out of 1 ball, which isn't too bad. That's like $1 per cloth. That's pretty decent. So as I said, for now I'm doing one with the little eyelets and one without, and I'm just going to set them aside, just having fun with it. So PJ Allen, Grandma's Favorite Dishcloth, or yes, Grandma's Dishcloth, I believe is what the appropriate pattern name for it is. So yeah, having fun with that. Right, so I do have yarn caked up for another one. I just haven't started it yet. All right, the last finished object that I have to share for you is actually a crocheted one. And I think I did show this to you guys as a work in progress, but Stuart is now finished. I made this for my teacher, Wendy. She is a huge Minions fan. Our classroom has all little decals and stickers on the windows and stuff like that of Minions, and I love Minions too. I am a total child. So, and yes, I do want to watch the new Despicable Me movie. I am a kid. But here's my Stuart, and I absolutely adore him. I did put his eyeball off like that. It showed it in pattern, and I thought it was just adorable because Stuart is a little wonky, and I wanted him to be wonky. So he does have the little fringe for hair, and I did the little buttons. He has them on the back as well. He's just so cute. I absolutely love him, and now I want one for myself. But she does not know that I have made this for her, so on Tuesday, I will take it to school and I will give it to her. So he is so cute. I love him. So the pattern, I will put the designer's name across the bottom here because I do not know how to pronounce her name correctly. So I will put it across the screen. I did purchase the pattern, I believe, off of Etsy, but I think you can get it off of Ravelry as well. I will link it off of Ravelry. But it is so cute. The pattern comes with amazing instructions. There's some picture instruction, and it also has the patterning for Bob, Stuart. I forgot the third one's name. There's 3 minions in the pattern. This is terrible. You guys are probably screaming at the camera what his name is, but there's 3 of them. There's 3 different minions that you can make, and I just had to make Stuart because he was my favorite. So yeah, absolutely love him. Highly recommend the pattern. It is paid for pattern, but it is highly worth it. It's very well written. So there's Stuart. Yeah. So I'm gonna take a quick sip of coffee, and I will go on into works in progress. There's not a lot to share at all. There's actually only one thing, which is a little depressing, but that's okay. I, of course, am knitting another pair of socks. No, there's 2 things, actually. I just moved my bag. There's 2 things that I'm working on. Of course, I had to cast on another pair of socks. I went to Worldwide Knit in Public Day, which was June 7th. And I took part in the one in Sackville, which is my closest town. And Merritt of Gobsmacked Yarns, if you're watching, hi Merritt. She actually opened up her brick and mortar store on Worldwide Knit in Public Day, and of course I had to go and check out her shop and take part in Worldwide Knit in Public Day. So if I can remember, I might insert a few pictures here. I actually quite enjoyed the day. It was actually a cool rainy day, but Merritt's store was just so cozy. It's beautiful. There's lots of her hand-dyed yarn, and there was Megan's Lichen and Lace, who is another Sackville hand dyer, and yeah, there was Indigo Dragonfly, which is actually what I'm about to show you. I have never heard of them before. It's just a very beautiful shop, so I was so excited. And if you wanted to, you could have, it's not long of a walk, you could have walked up to Megan's open studio on Charlotte Street, and you could have shopped out her yarns, and she had a spot set up where you could actually sit on the lawn and knit. I did not do that, unfortunately, because as I said, it was a cool rainy day, and yeah, my chair does not do well in the rain, obviously, so I did not get to partake in that, and I'm kind of sad, but it was still very wonderful. And if you have ever been to Sackville, New Brunswick, I call it the Main Street. I believe it is Main Street. There is a bench with this statue of a man sitting there, and I, of course, had to get a picture with him for Knit in Public Day. I sat there and knit a few rows on my sock, and I had to get a picture with him because he's kind of iconic in Sackville, so I had to do that. So hopefully I can remember, and I will put that picture there. All that to say, I picked up a skein of Indigo Dragonfly, and I actually wasn't the one to pick this. My friend, we call him the Wrecker. That's who I knit the socks for. He actually picked out the yarn himself, and he requested the socks, which I'm more than happy. But he actually picked out 2 skeins, which I'll show the other one later. But this is what he picked out. This was from Merritts shop, Gobsmacked Yarns. And this is Indigo Dragonfly. And I have never heard of them before, but they are a Canadian dyer. And this is on the Carabao base, which is so cute. 100% superwash merino 4-ply, 100 grams each, 100 grams gain, 435 yards, and this is in the House Hippo Nose Boops colorway. So he requested socks, and it kind of makes me nervous because it doesn't have nylon, but we'll see. But how pretty is this colorway? It is so pretty. I think I'm gonna send him to like pick out my yarns from now on because they are so nice. I absolutely love this. So now I'm excited to go back to Merritt shop and check out more of Indigo Dragonfly because I really, really love this. It's almost like it did like a striping with the black. It is so cool. So this is just another vanilla sock. I cast it on 64 stitches, 2x2 ribbing for, I think it was again 30 rows, because again he likes the longer leg. I did 64 rows of plain knitting for the leg, slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset. It's perfect. And I did decrease to 56. It just works for him and for myself actually. So yeah, it's so pretty. I love it. So I got the first one done. And I am on to the second one already and was kind of hoping to have it finished for today. It didn't happen. I actually wasn't in school this past week. I did my schooling, but I did it from home. I got really, really sick. It was a cold, but for some reason it hit me really, really bad. So I won't get into the gory details of it all, but it was bad. So that knocked me down for a little while. I still feel sick today, but not as bad. So I'm coming out of it. But here's the second sock. I managed to get through the decreases of the heel, so now I'm just working on the plain knitting of the foot. So I should be able to have this done today. There's no reason why I cannot. So yeah, pretty excited. And I have my cute little cupcake stitch markers here. They help tell me the front to the back of the sock. I got these from local yarn store day in, I'm going to say 2 years ago from Agel at the Northern Pearl, so they're my most treasured. So I got those on there to mark the front and the back. So yeah, that's the second sock. I am really, really enjoying them. It is such a fun colorway, and I still have a fair bit left. So if I add a contrast with this, I'll have to weigh it out when I'm done. I might be able to make a pair of shorty socks for myself. We will see. If not, it'll just be split up for scraps for my blanket, but we'll see. It's just so pretty. So Indigo Dragonfly, do check them out. I'm sure that there's an online presence. I should have checked before I started this. I have not looked, but I'm rather enjoying it. So, and I have that in my Nomi bag. So there's that one. And then, oh, actually, I did have the other dishcloth with me. Look at that. That's the one with no holes. So, yeah. I'm a little rusty, guys. It's been a while. So, also, this has been in the month of July. I visited a another local yarn store in Moncton, New Brunswick, 3 bags full. And I went in there for the purpose of a mini skein. Just a mini skein. Yeah, that never happens. But I ended up coming out with a project bag, and I don't buy project bags often because I make my own, but I just saw this one and I had to. White and me don't get along. That kind of scared me, but it's just so beautiful, guys. I absolutely love it. So I had to bring it home. It is a little drawstring, perfect for socks. And I hope I'm going to be able to show you. It's handmade by Janet. And does she have a tag in the bag? I don't think so. But yeah, I got it from 3 bags full, and I absolutely adore it. It's got this beautiful gray fabric inside. Gray and white. It's just so pretty. So I picked that up, and that is currently housing a new cast on. Like I said, I've been urging to cast new stuff on because, and I haven't been because I feel overwhelmed. I have stuff on the go right now that I want to work on, but they either have a pattern to it, or it's a garment, or a shawl that has like lace in it, or I just can't do it right now. But I wanted to cast something on that wasn't a pair of socks or a dishcloth. So I decided to cast on a Musselburgh. So that's what I did. I still have, I showed it on the last episode, I have a child's version going right now in acrylic yarn, but I had made an order with Birch Grove. She is an Ontario yarn dyer, and I picked up a skein of her DK weight, and I will show you the label. She has absolutely stunning colorways. Absolutely love them. And she also has a podcast as well. I believe if you search up Birch Grove, if you search up Birch Grove on Instagram, you'll find her. But I believe her podcast is called Birch Grove. She is a wonderful, wonderful knitter. I absolutely love her, and I love her hand-dyed yarns. So this is on her DK base, 100% superwash merino, 231 yards per 100 grams, and it is in the orchid colorway. And you can see her Etsy shop below. And this is what my Musselburgh looks like so far. So everybody knows what a Musselburgh is, but just in case, Musselburgh, it starts off with like a keyhole top. So it starts off with a little, I think that's what they call it. Honestly, the pattern tells you about 3 different types of ways to cast this on, because you're only starting out with a few stitches and then you increase out. So it is a bit fiddly. I do it on magic loop. You can do it with DPNs. Quite honestly, I do it the cheater's way, or at least I'm calling it the cheater's way. I cast on a number of stitches that it calls for. I join it in the round, and then I just use my tail on the inside to sew up that little hole. So usually this would be the inside of my hat anyways. I haven't sewed it up yet, so there is a bit of a gap. It looks fine to me. I've tried the other cast-ons. They're not bad, but like I said, it's a bit fiddly, so this is the way I do it. It looks fine to me, and this hat is going to be for me, so I kind of don't care. But yeah, it starts off at the top, and then you increase out to your size. I'm using a DK weight yarn. You could use a fingering weight. You could use a different weight of yarn as well. The pattern says DK, but there is charts in there. You use whatever size needle you want for your yarn. I think I'm using the 3.5 or 375. So you could use whatever needle you want, whatever size yarn you want, and then once you increase out to a good portion of fabric, you then measure it. So however many stitches you get within an inch, you take that over. So say you got 6 stitches per inch. That's what I've got. So I had 6 stitches per inch. So I just follow the little chart and it'll tell me, okay, you need to increase until you have so many stitches per segment. There's 4 segments. You put stitch markers. I'm doing it on magic loop. So right now I only have, well, I did put 4 in because now I'm in the round, but this is a segment here. So there's 1 segment, 2, there's 4 all around. So you just keep knitting until you increasing out until you have so many stitches per segment that the chart tells you. And it's actually pretty magnificent. It's pretty neat. And then you just keep knitting it in the round until you get to the specific amount of length that it tells you for your size. I believe it goes from baby to adult large. So there's baby, toddler, child, adult small, and adult large. I believe that I'm doing the adult medium, and I am now just to the point where I am plain knitting to the length, and then you would decrease back down, finish it off, and then the hat folds inside itself and you have a double thick hat, which I have wanted another one of these for so long, but I wanted, mine's fingering, I wanted a slightly thicker one. So all that to say, sorry about the ramble, but it's such a good pattern and I know that some people haven't heard of it before. So do give it a try. Don't be, it is a paid for pattern. It's very well written, very well explained. Don't be afraid by the charts, because I was for the longest time. It's actually not that bad. Anyways, here is the beautiful yarn. Isn't that just gorgeous? I am so excited about this. It has been so much fun to knit on. And I have my little progress keeper here. It's of a Starbucks, I'm calling it a boba. It looks like a boba. I am very late on the train for a lot of things, and boba has been quite popular for how long now? I have been afraid to try it. I love tea. I'm not really a fan of juice type teas. I don't like my juice warm. But I've been very curious by it. So finally, I had went to the mall with my friend Kaylee last month, and I didn't get it from Starbucks. We have a freshly squeezed in our mall in Dieppe, and I ended up getting a, I think it was the brown sugar oolong with the tapioca. Oh my god, it was so good. So I can never finish a small one because for a small they are actually quite large, but it is so good. So now I am hooked on bobas. Yeah. So yeah, I had to get the Progress Keeper. I feel really bad because I can't quite remember where it's from, but I believe this is Gentle Islands Knits. She is a stitch marker maker in PEI. I believe this is where I got that one from. And then I got some pretty little stitch stoppers. I am very much enjoying these as well. It's stopping my knitting from falling off. So anyways, this is my Musselburgh. So as I said, when I started off, because you are working with so few stitches, I just did this on magic loop, and now that I am increased out, I put it in the round on circulars, and then once I start decreasing, I will probably put it back to magic loop. That is just my method. It's just easier for me, and that's how I'm doing it. But it's so beautiful. So I'm not 100% certain that I will have enough yarn to do the whole hat. I have to measure this out to see how close I am. I'm hoping I will, but I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. We will see. So yeah, I don't know if a full skein of DK will do a Musselburgh. So we'll see what happens. If I have to add a contrast color inside, I know a lot of people actually do that anyways because it is reversible. I do actually have a DK weight in a pink and another one DK weight in a kind of, it would pull from the goldeny brown color. So we'll see. If I end up running out of yarn, I do have an option to do a different color inside. So we'll see. But that is my Musselburgh, and I have been enjoying that so much. And again, it's just plain knitting. So once you get past the increases, it's just plain knitting in the round. So it's actually pretty awesome. So those are my 2 works in progress that I've been working on. And that is pretty much it for the knitting content. I haven't done any crocheting. I had plans to start I still have my cozy stripe blanket on the go. Now that it's gotten warmer, I kind of don't want to work on it. I did have plans to make a baby blanket for our local hospice that is crocheted. I just haven't worked on that either. But so yeah, that's all I've actually been actively working on. I do have a project caked up to go just because I really want to knit another shawl. So I will show that next, but that is Dream Knitting Stash Enhancement. So if you're not interested, I fully understand that. So if you would like to tune out now, thank you for joining and watching me today, and I hope you have an amazing long weekend. If you are interested in staying, then thank you. So I'm just going to have some more of my coffee. So as I said, I really want to knit another shawl. I do have 2 shawls on the go right now, but one is my pressed flowers, which I actually have to follow a chart. It's not hard. I just don't want to focus on it. And my other one is my Dixie Creek shawl by Salt City Knits, and I'm on the very last section of it, which is the border, but it's got lace, and I can't do that either. So I was like, okay, I want to knit another shawl. And I kept thinking, one of my most favorite shawls that I have ever knit is my Free Your Fade by Andrea Mowry. And I absolutely love the one that I did. I knit that in a Barnyard Knits mini collection that I had got in her succulent set. I wear that thing to death. So I wanted another one. So this is going to be Dream Knitting and part stash enhancement. So the first part is I got another new bag. 2 new bags. This one, I have wanted a bag from Bags by Awesome Granny forever. Darlene has one of the most amazing, she's an amazing bag maker, and I just love that her bags are so big. And when I saw that she had this print, you guys, I had to have it. It's gnomes. It's coffee. Like, this bag screams Bobby. I had to have it. So I ordered my first Bags by Awesome Granny, and I am in love. It is a zippered. I believe I got this is her medium, I think. And it is huge, guys. It is huge. It's got nice plain brown inside. There's no pockets or anything, but that's okay. I don't like that. I just like plain open bag inside. And yeah, I love it. So inside here, I decided that like I said, I wanted to do a Free Your Fade by Andrea Mowry. That is a fingering weight shawl. It's an asymmetrical shawl. And you don't have to fade it, but that's the way that I had done my last one, so I wanted to do it for this one as well. So I ended up picking up a mini skein bundle from Megan of Lichen and Lace. And this is on her, the colorway is Pony Muse. It is Garland Icy Seashells, Buttercup, Pony, Faded Rose, Daylily, and Sage. Those are the minis that come with it. They are 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and they are 20 grams each. And there is 7 20-gram minis. So she has several mini skein collections posted on her website. All of them are very beautiful. It was kind of hard to choose, but I kind of wanted something bright and kind of springy, summery. Those are some of my favorite colors to wear. So I ended up buying 2 of the mini skein sets because the shawl uses around 700 grams of fingering weight yarn. So there is approximately it's not listed. Oh, there it is. 511 yards, 140 grams per little bundle. So I ended up buying 2. That way I could knit the whole shawl. So I'm just going to pick out the colors here to show you what I have. So here is the first set of colors. So as you can tell, very springy, summery. And then also here is Buttercup. And then the 7th color is this pretty one, which is just kind of like a light base that has some pinks and greens and golds and teals. Very beautiful. So that's what the mini skein set would look like. So what I have done, I've set up for my first 2 colors. So I'm going to start off with the light one with all the little colors, and then I'm going to go into Buttercup. So what I did was I caked up the first 20-gram mini, and then I magic knotted the second 20-gram mini and caked it all into one. So there's 40 grams. So this is colorway 1. Did the same for my second colorway, and then when I come on to my next color, whichever one it may be, then I would just take my 2 20-gram mini skeins and put them together and just go from there, and then fade out the minis. I am super excited. These are all ready to go. I have my needles in here and everything. Just, oh, it's so pretty. It's all ready to go. And if you've done a free or fade before, it's just plain knitting. It's garter stitch. You do have to increase, obviously, but that's not hard to me. The fading, she does give instructions on how she fades. When it came to do my previous shawl, I just kind of knit to until I was about to run out of the first skein, and I think I would put it on my scale, and if I had, say, 10 grams left or 5 grams left, something like that, then I would start fading in the next color. That's probably what I will do for here. So I kind of follow her instructions how to fade the colors together, but I just kind of do my own things. I want to use as much yarn as possible. I don't want there to be leftovers. So yeah, that is my dream knitting. I really want to cast this on very, very soon. So yeah, now that I've handled it, I want to cast it on right after this. Who knows? But that is something that I really want to do. I want a shawl, and it's just plain knitting, so it should be fun. So that's my dream knitting. So stash enhancements. Let's move on into that. you better get a new cup of coffee. I didn't bring it. Well, yeah, there might be one or two that I left behind because it's rather embarrassing. But I am going to start off with, I already showed you guys the Nico C Mendes. So I'm going to start off with that. So I went onto her site. She is a yarn dyer from Germany. And you guys, it was so fast. I have ordered stuff from overseas before, and it's taken a while to get here, which I'm fine with that. This came super fast. We're talking like 2 weeks. That's pretty fast. That's pretty decent to me. So both of these are on her strong sock base, which again is 75% virgin wool extra fine merino, 20% nylon, 459 yards per 100 grams. And this one is in her coffee break colorway. And my light is kind of washing it out. There we go. So it's got some whites and some browns and grays and plummy purple. It's just so pretty. And of course the name, if that doesn't speak to me. So I got that one. And then the other one I got is again on her strong sock base. And this one is Old Library. Isn't that just pretty? Again, the name also spoke to me because I love my books, but it's just gorgeous, you guys. So I cannot wait to get into these as well. It'll be nice. So both of those are self-striping. I'm just going to grab a sip of coffee because I can feel my throat starting to scratch up. There has been a lot of strep throat going around. Luckily, I didn't get that, but yeah, it's not good. So I showed you Birch and Lily already as well. I did get another skein from her, but I don't know if I brought it. Did I? Let me see here. Yes. No? No, I did not. Okay. So back to Yarn Store Day, or Worldwide Knit in Public Day. As I said, I went to Merritt's shop, and of course I had to buy her yarn. She has some of the most beautiful gradients. If I can remember, I did take pictures of her shop, but her whole wall is set up with these beautiful shelves that her and her dad actually built. So while she was putting her shop together, she was posting pictures to her stories, and her and her dad worked so hard to make these shelves, and it's just so beautiful. I can't remember her partner's name, and I do apologize, but she is a beautiful knitter as well, and all three of them just did a beautiful job with this shop. And when you go in there, like I said, it's just so warm, it's so cozy, and then you just see this beautiful wall of gradient yarns, and she's just got such beautiful colorways. Anywho, I saw a picture. She was at Knit City Toronto. I believe Knit City Toronto was in April, and I had saw Merritt was there, and I saw a shawl hanging up in her booth. So when I went to her shop, I asked her, what is that shawl? So it turns out that she has this beautiful card already made up of the shawl, and I'm sorry, my light is playing havoc, but it is just garter stripes. But look at the spine of the shawl. So when I say the spine, it's where you would increase here. It's just so different. It's just so pretty. So I really liked that detail, and I wanted to try it. So the pattern is called Around the Bend by Nim Teasdale. And so the yarn that you're seeing in the picture here is in Gobsmacked 4/4 2 gradient cakes, fingering weight 400 meters. There's 438 yards per 100 gram cake. And I will just show you the card here so you can get all that information. And then there is Merritts information. So I was looking at Merritts Yarn. Now she does have, obviously, her gradient cakes in fingering, but she also has them in DK as well. So Merritt told me that you could knit it in either or. You can knit it in fingering or you can knit it in a DK base. It's just that the DK one would be a little bit bigger and thicker, obviously. So I wasn't opposed to either. I was just kind of looking at her colors, and then I settled on these two beauties right here. So you're striping them, and I would have to look at the pattern, and she said she started twice. You're knitting, one of them that you knit with would stand more to the front than the other, and she said to start it and see which one I liked first. If it means that I have to rip out a little bit of knitting to do the vice versa of it. So one, like I said, it's just that your garter ridges, they would stand out. One would stand out more. So this one, you can see that the red is behind, whereas the bluish greens are more to the front. So that's kind of what I'm meaning. I don't know which one I would want to be to the front or the back. I would just probably start it and see which I liked best. But I had Merritt's help putting these two together. I know that I really loved this one and I really loved this one, and we kind of figured it out and we think it will work, and I do think it'll work. So they're just so pretty. I mean, Merritt's work is just incredible. So Gobsmacked. And the base is actually a BFL, which is one of my favorite bases. This one is weaving Mage of Invisible Lines, 100% superwash Boufflé Leicester, 150 grams. There's 657 yards in this cake. And then in this one, this is actually the same base, Boufflé Leicester. This color is Common Through the Evening. Right? Yes. I don't have my glasses on. I never have my glasses on. So this is what I picked up to knit that shawl. I really wanted to cast this shawl on, actually, because this one wouldn't be hard at all. This is just plain garter as well. The only reason why I picked the Free Your Fade is because it's summer. And if by any miracle I do finish this shawl, then it would be more appropriate for summer. Not that you would really wear a shawl in the summer. But I wanted brighter colors. This is more fall and moody. So I figured that I would do the Free Your Fade first, and then I would cast this one on, which would be perfect for fall. So that was kind of my logic of it, but I cannot wait. It is going to be spectacular. So do check it out. Around the Bend, Nympton, Teesdale. It looks like an amazing shawl, and I actually got to see Merritt's and in person, and it's really, really nice. And with her gradients, it just works beautifully. Alrighty, so also at Merritt's shop, Recker picked out his own yarn. As I said, he picked out the Indigo Dragonfly, and then he picked out another skein of yarn with a mini for another pair of socks, of course. I am amazed with this guy. He will wear any color. It doesn't matter if it's pink. It doesn't matter if I think it's too girly. He will wear it. He's, like I said, he is so knit-worthy, and he shows his socks off to everybody. And yeah, he's just, like I said, so knit-worthy. So he picked out, he was like a kid in a candy store. He's like, can I have this to knit socks? And I was like, that's not nylon. Like, it doesn't, I am particular about nylon because he is hard on his socks. Like, he wears them all the time, which that's what I want. But it just makes me nervous not having nylon in it. But, so I told him that the Indigo Dragonfly does not have nylon. I didn't realize that, but it's okay. But I told him the Lichen and Lace has nylon in it. So he went over and he picked out this gorgeous skein. And this one is in her Marsh Lily colorway, which is just so pretty. And then this, well, I should tell you what base this is. This is her 80/20 sock, 80% superwash, organic merino, 20% recycled nylon, 100 grams, 365 yards. And to go with it, he picked out a mini. And this is actually Merritts yarn. This is Gobsmacked. And it is BFL nylon sock, 80% superwash BFL, 20% nylon, 20 grams, which is 80 yards. And there's Merritt's website there. And it's like this really beautiful royal purple. It's just so pretty. And I think they will work together beautifully. So once I am done the Indigo Dragonfly, he wants me to cast these on too. I am cool with it. I am. Because I'm actually really excited. I don't know what I'm going to do. This will obviously be contrast heels and cuffs for sure. I don't know if I want to do any sort of patterning or ribbing for the whole sock, or is it just going to be vanilla? I'm not sure yet, but it will be fun. And it's just so fun that he actually picked it out. That makes me want to knit it more. So I got that. And then I ended up making an order with Arcane Fiberworks. They are Ontario yarn dyers, and I see it pop up on Facebook all the time. I see them pop up on Instagram all the time, and I really love it because they don't just show a picture of the yarn in the skein, they actually show it knitted up as well, which I really love that. So I've been wanting some of their yarn forever. So I ordered some. So the first skein that I ordered is another DK weight. I want another Musselburgh, DK weight Musselburgh. And this one is called Let Your Dreams Blossom. This is on their DK base. And does it say? No, it just says their DK base. But I absolutely, oops, I love their tag. Arcane. I love the dragon. And here is their details. And it's just a very beautiful pink and gray, very soft, very gentle colorway. And I think it would make a beautiful Musselburgh. So I got that one, and it's so lush and so soft. It is just amazing. So I got that one. And then this one, I'm not sure if this one was like it was a last chance buy. I can't remember, but it is, I believe, one of their Halloween colorways. and it is Hocus Pocus. And I had to have it as well. This is going to be socks for sure. And I just thought it was so pretty. I will probably get a black to, or a very dark purple to do contrast cuffs and heels. Probably a dark purple. But I just had to have that one. So pretty. So those were my 2 purchases from Arcane. And then comes Polka Dot Creek. Love Shelly. Hi Shelly, if you're watching. I love Shelly's yarn, and she ended up posting, I don't know if it was a Canada Day sale, I can't remember, but it was 20% off, and she has these beautiful, actually I think it says it was Worldwide Knit in Public Day. I believe if you bought a skein of yarn, you got this project bag with it. So one side says Worldwide Knit in Public Day. And then on the other side, she did like a ice cream type collection. So I believe that the colorway, and I think this was for the Worldwide Knit in Public Day, I believe. But I think this is the one that matches the bag. It is on her self-striping set. It was Funfetti, and it is with waffle cones. So Funfetti and waffle cone. 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, 50 grams, 230 yards, and this is a 20 gram mini skein. And just look at those colors. There's little bits of speckle in there. It's just so fun. They are going to be marvelous. So I had to pick that up. And at the same time, this is another like ice cream themed sock set. Again, self-striping, except this one is in the Baskin Robbins colorway. Another 50 gram with a 20. And waffle cone as well. And I really liked that one too, so I ended up getting that one. So I got those, and then because it was 20% off, to help make up for the shipping, I ended up adding one more sock set to it, and I got her classic sock set. So it comes with, I believe this is 100 grams. Yes, 100 gram skein, and then you get 2 20 gram minis. And this is in her graffiti sock set. So this is graffiti, charcoal, and neon pink. So I picked that up as well. Just look at those colors. It's so pretty. I don't know if this will be socks. I'm not 100% sure. Probably will be, but it might go into a shawl. I don't know yet. I just know that it's really, really pretty. So I've had my eye on it for quite a while, so I decided to get that. So, hence the reason I am not sharing my yarn totals, because I've been pretty bad. But that's okay. You have to live and be happy, and yarn makes me happy. So that's what I do. I don't have it yet, but I did subscribe to Rose Hill Yarn's Yarn Club. I've never done that before. But I also love Robin's yarn, and I decided she has a yarn club and a fiber club, and I really want to do the fiber club, but I don't spin as much as I would like to. So I did the yarn club instead. I think that ships out the first week of every month, so I will be getting July's shipment. So that will be fun. So when that comes in, I will be sure to share that. But yeah, Tour de Fleece has actually started. So Tour de Fleece started yesterday, Saturday, June 29th, and it will go for the entire month of July while the Tour de France is going on. And so that is pretty exciting. You can, I know Andrea Mowry, she had just sent out a newsletter. She is doing it, and she shared what group she is part of. I am not going to join a group or anything, just because I don't know if I'll be able to get much spinning done, if any. But I will try my best to get at least some type of spinning done. So a lot of people, I know I actually have done it before. You just kind of you can join a team and help the team for every ounce of fiber that you spin up and you ply together, that yardage goes towards the team's amount, or something like that. You could set goals for yourself. You want to spin up so many grams or ounces of fiber in the month of July. You can do that. For me, it's just going to be more relaxed. I know these teams, at least I believe, they don't really have any rules. It's kind of just what you want to set for yourself. So for myself, I'm not going to join a team. I'm just going to see what happens, and if I do have any progress, obviously I'll post it to my Instagram, or I will share it here when I podcast next. But I have no personal goals for myself. I just want to see what I can do. So we'll see what happens. I have just a little bit of fiber left on my wheel right now that I have to finish spinning up. So I will probably see if I can get that off and pick something. If I could even just get one new bat done, that would make me happy. If I could do that for the Tour de Fleece, just one, just because I haven't been loving on my spinning as much lately, so that would make me happy. So if that's a goal, then I guess that's a goal. But it's just really fun. I do not follow the Tour de France. It's not really my thing, but I do love the Tour de Fleece. I think it's a great way to encourage us to go back to our spinning, and it is just a really good motivator. So I enjoy that. I know that I think it's called the Spinning Magazine. They actually have a Ravelry group as well that you can join, and they have teams as well over there. If you follow the Tour de France, there are rest days. So they actually have the days listed that the bikers, or the cyclists, I should say, have their rests. Or there are days where there's tougher challenges for them, like going up a mountain and stuff like that. Those days, you could possibly do a little bit more spinning and kind of go along with the Tour de France as well. So it's really cool. Like I said, it's a really good motivator, and it's kind of cool to see what you can do. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of people know about this, but just in case you are a spinner and you did not, do go check it out. So yeah, I am happy to see what everybody does. So I follow a few people on Instagram that are spinners that are doing it. So I'm really excited to see what they come up with. It's always amazing to see a bat of roving come to life into a skinny yarn. It's pretty cool. So if I do manage to do my spinning, I will share that with you. So hopefully I can. So yeah. Other than that, I have been reading. I did finish a book, and I don't have the book here because I gave it to Kaylee. I read a book by Michael Grisham, I believe was his name. He is an authority from the United States. The book was a true crime story. It was on the Stephen Avery case. It's a very high profile case in the States from the 80s. I have heard of Stephen Avery before. I didn't know the story. It was at my local thrift store, so I'm exploring different genres of books to read. Mostly, when I started reading, I was into romance, and now not so much. So now I'm realizing that I love Harry Potter, I love the fantasy, I love the mystery, but I've also discovered that I really love thrillers, and that's really nice. I don't like horror. I tried to read Stephen King's Gerald's Game, which is a Netflix movie. I haven't watched the movie, but all I know is that I tried to read the first chapter of the book, and I struggled through it, and I got through the second chapter. It's just not my thing. Not horrible, but I didn't enjoy it, so didn't do that. So I picked up the Stephen Avery book, and I really actually enjoyed reading that. I've never read a true crime book before, but I was quite addicted to it. And yeah, it's actually a very powerful story. Very sad the way that it turned out, but I think it's a great book. It's an insight into, I think the thing that I took away from it, and we already know this in the world, there's a lot of judgment in this world. You cannot judge somebody just because they don't have like a high education, or they don't have like, I don't believe in that. There's a lot of mental illness out there. We can't judge a person for that. And it's sad that our justice system failed this man. And it's sad the way that story turned out. And yeah, I could go on a whole rant about the whole thing, but I won't. But it was a very good book. I did enjoy it. So I'm realizing what kind of reader I am becoming. So if you have any other true crime stories that were really good, or any thrillers or authors that you enjoy, don't hesitate to put them below and let me know. I recently, I actually have it right beside me. I can see it. Before I read the Stephen Avery book, I actually, I think I spoke about this, The Woman in Cabin 10. This is by Ruth Ware. I've never heard of her before. I really enjoyed this book. This is another one I could not put down. Really good. It was it's fiction, crime. It was just really, really good. I really loved it. So I ended up going to Kohl's, or Chapters, and I'll see if I can get it off the shelf here. I wanted another one of her books to dive into, so I haven't started reading it yet, but this is The It Girl, and this one is another one of her books that are highly recommended. So yeah, I can't wait to get into this one. But Ruth Ware, I'm realizing I've loved her first book that I read, so I want to read more of her books and see. I know that the Crazy Sock Lady, Kay has read all the Frida McFadden books, and she really enjoyed those, so I'm curious about that as well. But any authors with thrillers or crimes, and you really like the book or the author, do write it down below and let me know. I do want to read Stephen King, and I actually do have a couple Stephen King books here. One of them that I have, I can't think of the name of it now. It actually was a movie, and I watched it so many times. It was good. I actually have that book here. The name is just escaping me right now, but I would like to read that. I saw the movie many times. Tom Hanks was in it. I know that I love the movie, so I'm okay to read the book. I do want to read more Stephen King's. I just don't like horror movies. And I think that's what set me off about Gerald's Game, is it is a horror movie, and it was just, I don't know, it just wasn't catching me. So, and he is very descriptive. So I don't know. I'm not judging Stephen King's. I know he's a very popular author, and he's one of Kaylee's favorite authors, and she loves him. But I just couldn't get into that book, and she told me that that's probably not a good book to start with. So I would like to try reading him again, but I will probably start off with the other book. Anyways, all that to say, I have still been reading and enjoying it, which again takes up a bit of knitting time, but I'm just trying to enjoy life a little bit more. And yeah, my schooling, as I said, does take a lot out of me, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm enjoying it, and life is good. And I hope life is good for you as well. So I am going to say goodbye for now, and I won't make a promise to be back in 2 weeks. I hope that I can be back in 2 weeks, but we will see what happens, how much I can get done, how much energy I have. But if not, do follow me on Instagram. I do post pictures there. I've been posting more stories than I have posts, and mostly you're gonna see a lot of animal pictures. Blue, my new puppy, I will be sure to put some pictures in here of her. She is going on 4 months old, and she is amazing. She went and had her needles, her 3rd set of needles, on the 17th of June. She is now a 15-pound pup, and I am still enjoying it. She is a lap dog. She wants up, and I allow her to come up, and I am going to enjoy that because she will be a big dog. And even as a big dog, I will still let her up on my lap because I just love cuddles, and puppy snuggles and doggy snuggles are the best. So are kitty snuggles. I love my pets. So she is doing great. She is still quite hyper, but she's just a pup. She still loves to pick on my older cat, Rami, my ginger. Rami is not enthused by it by any means. Blue does have a bigger crate now, so we kept the smaller crate for Rami. It's got a little bed in it, and she likes to crawl inside of that, so we just close the door over. We don't lock the door, so if Rami wants out, she can get out. But Rami just goes in there, and we close the door over because Pup wants to play, and Rami does not. My other cat, Sassy, she's 4 years old. She is the alpha of the house. I always say that Rami is my queen of the house. I am not the queen. I am a princess. Rami is my queen, and she still is. But Sassy is the alpha animal in this house. She is the smallest animal in this house. She's a pretty small cat, but she is so feisty. She lives up to her name, Sassy. She likes to play and beat up Rami, her sister, but Blue, she does not let Blue come around her. And if Blue does try to play with her, she gets a good pat on the nose. And it's so funny because Blue is like double her size, almost triple her size. And it was really funny the other night, just a quick little story. Blue went to go into the bathroom, and she didn't realize, I don't think she realized, that Sassy was in there. And all of a sudden, we just heard Sassy hiss, and Blue comes running out with her tail tucked between her legs, all crouched down. And she was fine. She was fine. Sassy was just telling her to leave me alone. But it was just so funny to see this little cat come running out chasing this dog that is triple her size, and Blue went directly into her cage and hid. and Sassy stood by the cage door warning her that you're not allowed out. It was funny. They're hilarious. I love my girls so much. I just love them. They fight like cats and dogs, but nobody's getting hurt. I hope that Blue will calm down a little bit though, because yeah, I love it when I see videos of cats and dogs like actually getting along. And I know Rami will get along with her. It's just that Blue is in her puppy stage, so she just wants to play and she wants to nibble, like she likes to nibble on Rami's ears, which is fine until she starts getting a little too aggressive about it. So hopefully one day, maybe they can get along a little bit better. We'll see. But they are all doing quite well. So I will hopefully put some pictures in a Blue here, because I know a couple of you asked that I kept posting pictures. So yes, I will post some pictures. I might even put them at the beginning of the video, just in case some of you didn't stick around to the end. So yeah. Anyways, if you did stick around to the end, thank you so much for putting up with my babbling and putting up with my yarn piggery, because yes, I did go yarn crazy. So if you did stick around, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys so much. And as I said at the beginning, description notes are always posted below. And until next time, guys, I hope you have a great weekend. And if you are in the United States, happy 4th of July coming up. So have a good one, guys. Bye.